Aries, welcome to your reading for this month of sort of end of July, August, but if you're watching it at any point, they're just titles, so they're timeless. Otherwise, this is for any Aries placement, including your Aries North Node. Now for Aries as well, I mean, you might know that the nodes have shifted now into your sign, and we've got the South Node in Libra. But let's have a quick look to see what the cards have to say. I've got 3 cards here laid on the table, rather 6 cards. 3 cards from the Wandering Star Tarot. This is the Wandering Star Tarot. And I've got also the Fairy Healing Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so let's have a look anyway. All right, so here we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, well, I think there was another sign that got the 4 of Pentacles. I can't recall which signs they are, but this is about you weighing up the pros and cons and perhaps balancing something in your life. Okay, now because we've shifted the nodes also in your sign very recently, some of you straight out of the gate might start feeling the element of shift and change that needs to happen. And this is an opportunity for you, Arians, for you to really start seeing what you need to secure for your foundation, and actually make your life in a much more sort of balanced manner. All right, the 4 of Pentacles typically portrays somebody holding on quite tightly and emotionally tightly, but in this particular Wandering Star Tarot, I find that this card for me portrays actually you being open to seeing where you need to offer yourself in a balanced way. If you look at it, she's got her hands open with the pentacles on there, and there's one above her head and one in her heart space as a medallion. I think this one for me is just saying that you really need to start cultivating and start becoming aware of where your energy needs to go. There is a sense of balance, I feel. Maybe something very unfair has happened. Maybe it's to do about kind of maybe even speaking up for your wow, let me just going to open all of them. Okay, speaking up for your rights, I feel. Okay, now I've got the 4 of Wands here, so this could be something to do with balance for sure. Okay, for the 4 of Wands often is portrayed as 1111 on some of the tarot readers, because we've got the 4 rods. Okay, the 4 wands there, you can see 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and this is very much about 2 people coming together. This could be a union, and this could also be a move for some of you as well. Okay, because there tends to be soul guidance readings that I read for all of you here, I really feel that this Aries for me is telling you about what in your life needs to be addressed, what needs to be balanced, and where can you actually start creating a sense of freedom for yourself. So if you're actually holding on to maybe your skill sets and you know that you've kind of like tired of it, or perhaps that you've kind of you're ready for a shift is what I'm getting. There's something being stuck. I feel that as well with the way I'm speaking at the moment, that I feel like there's something that you want to do, something you want to move towards, but you're holding yourself back and you're uncertain. Okay, this is a real time for you to take command of the situation, because I've also opened the last card here, and we've got the card, the Empress card. So for me, the Empress is one of pure interior of being clear about what you love, what you want to birth, what it is that now you need to shift into. All right, let's have a quick look. I'm going to open the other cards here. Yeah, I've got the Healing with the Angel cards. Okay, now some of these cards, interestingly, have come up in the other readings. In fact, all 3 of them have, but not in this order. All right, now I'm going to open the 4 of Pentacles here with visualization. All right, so this for me really tells me that you need to actually start really thinking about where you want to start putting your efforts, what you want to see, what it is that you want to offer, and where is your heart really. Okay, take stock, take time out if you need to be able to really sort of gain the traction in your heart about what needs to flow from you and what needs to be released. Okay, and I feel that in some way as well with the 4 of Pentacles, try not to hold on too tightly to things that's had their day. It could be a relationship, it could be a skill set, it could be maybe some idea, some project you've had and you've not been using it, or you've not been really tapping into it, and you've been thinking, well, I want to do something with it, but the but is a sticking point. Okay, and perhaps really there is a should do rather than really loving to do. Okay, we've been indoctrinated to start to do things that was expected of us, okay, like for prestige, for status quo, for having the right things in life, for having the right house, the right kind of look, okay. And often sometimes it could be really denying us of what's true for us. For some reason, I'm feeling as well with this visualization card, I want you to look around you, Aries, perhaps maybe what you've overlooked and what's so apparent maybe to others, but sometimes what's really for us could be right around us, but then you're actually not really looking, you're looking out of your sort of immediate sphere because you're not really tapping into who you are. All right, in order to make that shift, I really suggest that at this time take some time out and maybe offer some kindness to yourself. Okay, I think this is also about maybe asking for some support, so you can actually be being given the support you need, and ask people who have the kindness to do that, and yourself as well, in terms of how can I support myself right now in a way that shows that sort of particular self-care. All right, because self-care is really, really important, I feel. And sometimes instead of berating ourselves for not doing something that we said we were going to do, or berating ourselves for choosing the wrong partner, or maybe finding ourselves in a relationship that's become a stalemate, or emotionally, you're feeling held back by it, or there's no kind of love being given. Okay, these cards, I'm not reading it exactly literally, but I'm just saying that this could also mean when you've got the Four of Pentacles, you could be holding back from something that could also really offer you a really fantastic creativity and union. This is going to be for some of you. I also feel like in some way that maybe some of you really have something to do with animals particularly as well. Perhaps you have a natural tendency towards them or some natural kindness towards them, and maybe that's something you might want to explore. But essentially with the Empress here, with the 3 trio here, I really feel this is a really nice transition, if you like. You're coming into the reading from this side, from here, and this is about something maybe you've been holding on to, and now you're allowing yourself to free flow a bit, allow yourself to explore other territory of expression. Maybe even moving will allow you to actually express yourself in a different way, because I feel that you've actually known for a very long time what sense of creation you want to have, what sort of sense of fruitful abundance, what sense of beauty, and the Empress is very much about a fertility card. And here with her sort of yellow smock, I really want you to think about taking and owning your power. We are, as I'm doing this recording, very much in Venus retrograde as well. So this is very much about really being clear about your values. And this goes for everybody, but particularly yourselves, Aries, because you tend to also be very kind of dogged in your approach. Very much a pioneer, but at the same time also can be quite obstinate, a bit like the Taurus, but more kind of in a dynamic way, because Mars, after all, is your ruling sign. So I feel like taking some time out in nature is something I'm going to recommend for you, Aries, here, and really be kind to yourself. Because I feel that maybe instead of rushing and doing things in a very hurried manner, taking time out and really listening and tuning in to where your inspiration's coming from, I feel will be a really good move for yourselves. And this is also really encapsulated by Follow Your Dream. So this is a duality. This actually is in the same position as another sign. Okay, and I really haven't got a clue which sign it is. It was one of the earlier ones, so it could be either Gemini, I feel actually, or Virgo or Cancer. So if you have any placements on that, this could also be doubling up on that. And in this case, as you can see, there are cherubs whispering in your ear. So like I said, listen to the sense of guidance that you're getting. And because they're such small voices, you might actually overlook the inspiration or the whispering. Okay, and it's really important that you attune yourself. And again, this is not only in the dream state here, but it's out in nature also. So I feel like some of you, if you take some time out, really, schedule it out so you're not in a rush to get back home to do something, but actually to honor yourself and to actually explore the possibilities, or even randomly write down the inspiration you're getting down. And I'm getting the sense of journaling as well. Okay, maybe actually making a point of sitting down and sort of making a list of what do I love as opposed to what am I supposed to love? Okay, there are these slight distinctions sometimes that we actually adopt from our families. Maybe some aunt had said, you know, that, oh my God, you're really good at this, and you kind of ended up wearing that as a possibility, but maybe it wasn't really you, and you've started following that as your dream and realizing that it's not. For some as well, that said, it could have been something that had been told as a child, okay, and you've kind of grown up to sort of do things, you know, and started juggling your life in a way that has maybe more merit in society, in the cultural eye, but rather not really what you're passionate and really sort of dream of doing. This is a time for you to sort of dream of doing something really that you're passionate about. Okay, it could be something like a bakery, it could be like baking, it could be something that you really wanted to do, but this is your opportunity now to actually release and be open to sharing your truth and your dreams. Interestingly, with the Empress as well, those two cards, I mean, she's lying down, but if in the classic tarot as well, there's a woman there in the foliage, and she's actually making her dreams come true. And with the Empress underneath there, as well as two of these cards come together for me, I feel that there could be also a news of some pregnancy, or some news of a birth of a baby, or even a birth of an idea, a birth of a new environment as well. So do pay attention. This is very much a general reading, but this is something you are going to be creating. Okay, so even a baby is a creation, a project is a creation, a new home is a creation. So Aries, I really feel that this is something that you are moving into, and to be open to following what is true for you. I'm just going to have a look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there could be a cause for celebration. So again, there could be news that is worth celebrating with some friends or family even, okay? And I feel like I've got the Justice card here, but I feel like in some way at the bottom of the deck, this is about you cutting off maybe some things and maybe equalizing things. And this is the kind of feeling I'm getting with the Four of Pentacles as well, that there is a sense of actually getting some balance and harmony back in your life. And whatever's been unfair, untoward, I feel like you're going to be able to take justice, okay? For some, it could be a lawsuit, something about you owning your power and seeing things much more clearly and taking a stand for what you know to be true for you, okay? Do not be afraid to speak up, Aries. This is really important for you to get the equality that you need, whether it's at work situation or to do with maybe even expressing yourself to an external person. I'm getting here somebody of authority as well, that you really need to sort of actually speak up and actually sort of get the attention back on your side. I feel like you've been sidelined somewhat, and this is really important. And this sideline could have also caused you, interestingly enough, underneath that is the Three of Swords. This could be also an emotional sorrow that you've had, some heartbreak or grief that you'd experienced, and this could be also to do with a lawsuit or a divorce case. But looking at the way the cards have come out, you've got the Three of Cups on top of all these and the Justice card. So this is telling me that there could be definitely something working out in your favor. And if you're thinking of giving up, don't, because you are very close. Look at this under here as I'm saying that. Oh my God, the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. Really, this is something you've been working on as well. Some of you, this has been manifestation in the Ten of Pentacles. All right, I'm going to stop here at looking at these bottom of the cards. This is some windfalls, some money coming your way, and this is something you've either manifested and certainly be desiring. Okay, so if some of you are actually in a legal battle, or to do with something to do with gaining some loans, some financial guarantee, or moving forward, it could be an inheritance or property. And again, dare I say it, you might want to sort of maybe play the lottery or to something that could actually win in your favor. Perhaps you've been grieving and thinking, well, nothing happens, that's good for me. But this is an opportunity for you to let go of what's not been working for you anyway, it's been causing you heartbreak, and really appreciate the abundance that you are and the abundance that you have in your life. All right, folks, I'm just going to put it down on this camera for a bit. Okay, because this is something that you really need to take action on. All right, I'm going to leave the card reading here, and I'm going to move on, Aries, now, as I've done with all the others so far. And we're going to look at the chakra for this stage of your life, or this sort of segment of your life, will help you, and strengthen whatever it is. Okay, here we've got the crown chakra. All right, so this is the crown chakra that's come through. So this is very much about really, bringing the inspiration through, listening out,
Okay, both the third eye and the crown chakra are very much to do, very similar in itself, like, you know, letting go, letting God, really listening out to the guidance that you're getting, okay? And with the crown chakra, you do very well to actually connect with the crown. You know, imagine, visualize the light coming through the top of your head. You can do some Om chanting for you, a few rounds of that, you know, just a few repetitions of Om after every in-breath and out-breath. That will also help to channel any of the messages, and just trust, okay, because that's how we get our inspiration. All right, you can even just, you know, invoke at night before you go to sleep that you're going to allow your crown chakra to be open to receive any guidance and any messages, and see maybe what clarity you might wake up in the morning with. Okay, all these things really work, particularly the visualization card here as well we've got. Okay, so this is really important, that's how we visualize. This is how we allow the inspiration to come through through our imagination as well as visualization. Okay, and by invoking that I'm now open to receive the vision, you know, the image, or dream up, you know, if you've forgotten how to dream because life has been tough, this is an opportunity for you to really invoke the power of your mind to start, you know, like the magician card, which is what you got here, to also bring things into manifestation and to fruition here. Okay, be the all-seeing magician here, okay, because you've got the sprinkle dust there to make things happen. Okay, is there any let me have a look. All the others I've been actually sharing some what do you call it, affirmation to support the, you know, the chakras you're getting. Okay, I'm going to choose this one. I honor a higher power and know that anything's possible. Okay, or being open to, you know, being anything. Okay, I honor a higher power. Okay, it just comes through there. Okay, and know that anything is possible. All right, so perhaps you have been let down. Perhaps you feel that, you know, that you've had your heart broken, or a situation that's not worked out in your favor. You've invested a lot of time in something, all right, and maybe you've been holding on to some relationship or a work situation that's not really worked for you, and maybe you've lost your kind of mojo. But I would say that, you know, just invoke that I honor a higher power and know that anything is possible. All right, so just affirm that, Aries. Okay, and moving on finally, and at least, you know, it's with Venus being retrograde. So I've been doing so many of those readings, and all day I've actually been sort of working on these. So sometimes I get a bit tongue-tied when I get a bit tired. But this is the Oracle of the Roses deck, and I've been using this partly because we're in Venus retrograde, and I feel that there are just lovely cards to use. And I'm actually already pre-shuffled them, but I'm just going to select one card, or one card selected me. Okay, the Advocate. This is lovely. Okay, so number 32 here. So the number 5 comes with also a sense of spirituality as well, and the inner knowing. All right, so let's have a look to see what this Advocate message has for you, Aries. Let's have a look. 32. All right, time for teamwork. Okay, this could be the teamwork as well, and as well as 3 of Cups, enlisting the help of others, and a little bit of fact-finding. So, and I did say, okay, but getting help from others, you know, maybe people who have the kindness to do that. And I feel like we live in a very self-centered world at the moment, and there's few and far between people who really show up for people. Okay, there's a lot of people happy to be takers, but make sure that as you start working on yourself as well, that you actually lean towards and go towards people you know that can help you. Okay, by all means speak up, but brush up first on your communication skills by pausing to listen until you're certain that your message will be taken in the right context, and be as effective as possible. If you are stuck, 4 of Pentacles, okay, then you need to reevaluate your commitments. Okay, again, this is absolutely really supportive of this, because I feel like also the 4 of Wands is the card of commitment. All right, often is the union, you know, when you take commitment. So again, really see who's, you know, there for you in that sense, and who are you going to be committing yourself to, what project, whatever else. Okay, the Advocate is dedicated to change for the greater good, and they will create a life that revolves around this. Those in the sphere are thought of as a team of family members working with them in all sorts of capacities for shared vision. So again, it is really, you know, it's about your values. When you're clear on your values and you're clear about what you want, who it is you want, how do you want to be loved, how do you want to love, okay, and particularly how do you want to be loved. And then so therefore you're, by listing it out, by journaling, by making it really clear, you're going to be able to see if somebody is your match or not. Okay, I can't believe how many times we waste, and people have wasted their time, and not so much wasted, but it's incredible that the values. And any good coach will really kind of start there as a common, as a denominator, as the foundation of a true aspiration, is when we're clear on our values. And they will change as we evolve as well and as we grow. What used to appeal to me when I was 25, 30, 35 is not going to appeal to me now in my 50s. Okay, so that's really important. That goes for you as well. So our values change. Now, here the question to ask is, what motivates you? Okay, so I think this is really, really poignant for you to really take on board and to see, what is it that I want to build? What is it that I want to establish? Who do I want to work for? Who is going to be by my side? Where do I want to take my kind of female prowess, my power, my sovereignty out into the world? Okay, and how will that show up? All right, so I'm going to leave it there for you, Aries. I don't feel like I really want to sort of say anything anymore about that, but just make sure that you are committed and you make the right choices for your friendships. Choose people who are kind. Make sure you're kind to yourself. Visualize and call in the kind of life that you want to have, and let's see what the next few weeks will bring for you. Thanks for listening, Aries. I hope you like this video. Do like, share and comment, and do the sound for your crown chakra, so you're actually at least led to the kind of life that you want, and also to empower yourself from the higher power. Lots of love. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye for now. Bye.